Hello, you're watching Access, and this is our look at the 20 games you simply must play on PS4 in 2017. A list that includes space stations, the defiance of gravity, being the captain of a Federation starship, and loads more. And if there's a big game you're looking forward to that's not here, it's probably not confirmed for 2017. Let's get started. How kind of Rockstar to make all our cowboy dreams come true for a second time. The original Red Dead Redemption was open world wish fulfillment at its finest, and Red Dead Redemption 2 looks like it's going to be every bit as wonderful. Another stunning spaghetti western inspired sandbox, more quickfire gunplay, a brand new cast of characters we can't wait to love and love to hate. There's no doubt Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to be absolutely huge when it lands on PS4 in 2017, and we can't wait to see where Rockstar takes us next.
Man, nothing comes out at the start of the year, does it? Nothing except for this massive, brand new open-world action RPG. 2017 is barely out of the trap, and one of the most anticipated games of the year is very much on the horizon. That's a clever joke, because I'm talking about Horizon Zero Dawn, the new PS4 exclusive IP from one of our favourite developers, Guerrilla Games. If the lush environment of Heroin Alloy's post-apocalyptic home hasn't got you drooling, seriously look at those fronds, then I have two words for you: robot, dinosaurs. Has there ever been a more exciting proposition? How about using their own technology against them in epic boss battles that you can approach in tons of different ways? I don't know why there are robot dinosaurs, but I'm not supposed to know, and I intend to find out when Horizon Zero Dawn launches in the UK and Europe on the 1st of March.
Of all the announcements from the recent PlayStation experience, the one that got my hype glands pumping more than any other was the small, understated 2017 at the end of the trailer for Ni no Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom, because it means there's less than a year to go until we can all enjoy the sequel to one of the finest RPGs of last generation. A gorgeous fusion of Studio Ghibli's evocative art style and the design mastery of veteran developer Level 5, Ni no Kuni 2 already looks every bit as magical as its predecessor, following the adventures of King Evan and his companions as they journey through a beautiful landscape, being all heroic and serving poetic justice to everything evil. We really cannot wait.
A new Resident Evil is always worth marking in the calendar, but this is the first Resi we've actually been scared of for years. Gone are the muscled men and women with guns and stab vests. Instead, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard is a stripped-down first-person nightmare about finding your missing wife while lost on a mazy Louisiana plantation. While it's connected to the ongoing Resi story, this is clearly a departure. Resi does messed up rural horror, a tradition that stretches back to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and beyond, and which we'll all be able to enjoy at the end of January in PlayStation VR, from start to finish. Good lord.
While we knew Naughty Dog weren't quite finished with the Uncharted universe, until PSX we didn't have much idea what to expect from the studio post-Uncharted 4 and, indeed, post-Nathan Drake. The answer is Uncharted Lost Legacy, a standalone adventure which has clearly taken its lead from The Last of Us' brilliant follow-up Left Behind, and will give us a new story with two leading ladies, Nate's old flame Chloe and the absolutely no-messing Nadine from Uncharted 4. The prospect of these very capable women teaming up, exploring their backstories, taking no nonsense from anybody, maybe even being friends, is enough to make us want Lost Legacy now already.
There are some fantastic RPGs heading to PS4 in 2017, but hands down the most stylish will be Persona 5, the achingly cool follow-up to PS Vita classic Persona 4 Golden. Like its predecessors, Persona 5 is all about going to school and building up relationships with your friends, but thankfully is way cooler than actual going to school. For instance, in actual school, can you enter an alternate dimension through a mobile app and fight demons in amazing turn-based battles? Can you summon the physical manifestations of your subconscious to help you batter said demons? Because you can do all of that in Persona 5, and look how slick it is. Get excited.
Welcome to Prey, or in other words, the only thing that would be in this video if it was called the one game Nathan is definitely going to play in 2017. Prey comes to us from Arcane Studios, the outfit that went from obviously pretty smart to actual flipping geniuses with the release of the consummate Dishonored 2. Take the immersive simulation gameplay from that game, including customizable powers which combine with often gloriously unexpected outcomes, and set the whole thing in space, specifically a dark sci-fi world with overtones of System Shock, and you have, once again, the one game that Nathan is definitely going to play in 2017. Twice.
God, I love Star Trek. Oh wait, no, it's Star Wars that I love. But if anything is going to test my sci-fi fidelity, it's Star Trek Bridge Crew. Realising the dreams of many, Star Trek Bridge Crew puts you and 3 friends quite literally on the bridge of the USS Aegis thanks to the immersion of PSVR. Man the different stations or go full Kirk and take a seat in the big chair. But whatever you do, work together with your crewmates if you want any chance at success. Unless your captain is a fool, in which case, mutiny! Whether you're plotting a course to scan an asteroid or hacking shields and firing phasers, all your favourite Star Trek systems are here and you're actually using them. There's a full campaign and a procedural mission generator, ensuring there's always more Star Trek to enjoy, whether alone or with friends. Just take my advice and don't bother getting to know anyone wearing a red shirt. Too painful.
Mass Effect Andromeda needs no introduction. You know you're going to play it and you know it's going to be amazing, but what you might not know are the fine details, like the fact you play as a Pathfinder, a human sent out to find our species a new home in a fresh galaxy. The planets are massive this time too, allowing free-form exploration on a scale previous Mass Effect titles could only dream of. Rumbling through alien landscapes in a 6-wheeler? Yes, please. This being BioWare, Mass Effect Andromeda is heavy on story and choices, and also on blasting nasty things to bits with exotic sci-fi powers. Unfortunately, none of them can make spring come any faster.
We did lots of things in PlayStation VR in 2016, defused bombs, worked in virtual offices, and headed hundreds and hundreds of footballs, but we didn't shoot an army of alien spiders in a fully realised science fiction setting made all the more immersive by the extraordinary power of VR. Well, actually we did, because we played Farpoint at E3, but the point is that in 2017 you'll be able to do that too, and you should. Farpoint looks and controls like a regular first-person shooter with the added "oh my god, I'm really here" factor of VR, and an aim-down sight's immediacy thanks to the aim controller, which makes hunting off-world bugs so intuitive you'll feel like you've been doing it your whole life.
There are bits of loads of games we love in Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands. It's got the open world scope of Metal Gear Solid 5, the scouting and base bagging strategy of Far Cry, and the 4 friends working together with guns from our dreams. Combined with the tech, toys and military hardware you'd expect from a Ghost Recon title, even if this one has been moved from the recent near-future settings to a more contemporary battle against drug cartels in Bolivia, and you have the recipe for what you'll find us doing for most of March.
It's what we all wanted. We asked and asked and asked and maybe shouted a little bit, and finally the gaming gods have granted our wish. Crash Bandicoot is back on PlayStation. Insane Trilogy is a PS4 remaster of Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back, and Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped, all fully remade from the ground up with brand new visuals, while remaining completely faithful to the classic platformers we all know and love. There's something wonderful about the warm nostalgia you'll feel revisiting a childhood favourite and having it look better than ever. The sounds are the same, the spin attack is the same, the hilarious death animations are the same. The only difference is now you can see every tuft of fur on Crash's lovable head. Welcome back, old friend. We've missed you.
If you take the 5th ending to the original Drakengard, skip forward 1,000 years, then take the 4th ending to 2010's Nier, you end up here, in the beautiful ruined world of Nier Automata, a stylish action game with hefty RPG heritage. How stylish? Nier Automata is being made by Platinum Games, the studio behind Bayonetta and Vanquish, with character designs by Final Fantasy veteran Akihiko Yoshida. There's also a story about the last remnants of humanity fighting an army of invading machines, multiple controllable characters, mostly robots themselves, but really, we're excited because it looks pretty and we like swords. Bring on March!
After a few years of Dune Sea-style wilderness, it is once again a very good time to be a Star Wars fan. God, I love Star Wars. The Force Awakens made up for the prequel trilogy, Rogue One proved it wasn't a fluke, and in the background, EA's Battlefront paid a prolonged, note-perfect tribute to the original trilogy's sounds, sights, and settings. In 2017, we get Battlefront 2. Deeper and more meaningful, EA says, with the new movies and their stories to play upon with more of a narrative focus. Sounds good to us? The most important thing is just more Star Wars, please, and as soon as possible.
If you're after something diamond hard in 2017, then look no further than Nioh, the Dark Souls-inspired action-adventure from Ninja Gaiden developer Team Ninja. To say this is difficult is an understatement. You'll need the martial prowess of an actual samurai if you want to survive, with each enemy a potentially lethal encounter. And don't even get us started on the bosses. Again, like Dark Souls, the satisfaction of overcoming Nioh's many challenges is where the game is most rewarding, alongside mastery of the various weapons and combat stances. If you're looking for that game in 2017, you know, the one you can boast to all your friends about having finished, then Nioh is it.
As the excellent children's book character Clarice Bean once said, sometimes I think Gravity is a pity, and Gravity Rush is like a game made by people who agree with her. A world-tipping action-adventure with anime-inspired visuals, the first game had hero Kat able to reorient gravity in order to fall, or basically fly, in any direction. Gravity 2 picks up where the last game, recently remastered for PS4, left off, but with new gravity powers. Lunar gravity to make Kat faster, and Jupiter gravity to make her heavier and her attacks more powerful, all of which keeps the physics-defying action fresh, fun, and most importantly, airborne.
It's a testament to the desaturated terror of the original Outlast that the king of survival horror, Resident Evil, seems to have taken a few cues from the indie newcomer. Nothing has scared us on PS4 quite like Outlast's descent into cultish nightmare, and nothing fills us with the same mix of excitement and dread as going back for Outlast 2 in 2017, with a plot that sees you, an investigative journalist, lost in an Arizona desert while hunting for clues about the murder of a pregnant woman. Things could be going better, your wife is missing, it's nighttime all the time, and you're about to meet a remote group of apocalyptic cultists. Don't worry though, you do have a video camera, so that'll be fine then.
Ask any Final Fantasy fan what their favourite entry in the series is, and most of them won't say Final Fantasy XII, something we expect might change when the PS4 remaster of this RPG masterpiece releases in 2017. Final Fantasy XII The Zodiac Age looks absolutely gorgeous and follows the adventures of wannabe sky pirate Varn and friends as they attempt to liberate their homeland from the clutches of the Empire. Naturally, this involves killing outlandish monsters in a varied and beautifully realised world using a satisfyingly deep and tactical battle system. Personally, I can't wait to play it all over again, and if you missed out back in 2007, then you're in for an absolute treat. What a time to be a Final Fantasy fan.
2017 will be the year PlayStation 4 finally gets its own Gran Turismo, with GT Sport ushering in what series creator Kazunori Yamauchi describes as the next generation of GT games. The game is divided into arcade mode, which will be familiar to experienced GT players, campaign mode, which aims to mould players into racers through a mission system that teaches everything from basic track tips to real-world racing etiquette, and then there's sports mode, the game's online component, which features 2 FIA-affiliated competitions as well as accessible events for all other non-best-in-the-world drivers. In other words, GT Sport continues the series' fascination with the culture of real-world racing and looks set to leverage the power of new hardware to provide the most advanced GT yet, including support for PlayStation VR.
So there you go, 20 PS4 games you must play in 2017. Let us know what we left out that you'll definitely be playing this year. Like this video to help the channel, and don't forget to subscribe because we're going to be featuring all these games and more in 2017. Thanks for watching.